All right, hello everyone. So as our classic entry, Evan, well, I'm going to timestamp it. It's my mom's birthday.
Hey, that's a good
Reason.
thing to timestamp.
Happy birthday,
Mom. Madre.
Madre. Yep. She's doing all kinds of things down in Arizona today. Full schedule. And I woke her up this morning because I still am great with time zones. Anyway, yeah, so it's February. What in the first month of the year, what are you doing to increase your energy, your vitality, how you're showing up as a human?
A lot of drugs.
Whew.
I'm kidding.
Ooh.
This is our podcast. We can say what we want. No, seriously, my late last year, I was like, all right, I've got to get healthy. Like I'm 42. I'm in pain, like lower back pain, all this stuff. And I'm like, this is BS. So, in January, I was like, all right, I got to get this under control. So all my Christmas money I spent on things to make my life healthier. So I got a ring con, which is like an Aura ring. So, that tracks my sleep because my sleep wasn't really great. I got a new battery in my Apple Watch. So because it was dying, so that helps track my sleep and fitness and stuff. So, and then I started eating right. I haven't had fried, greasy. I had chicken fingers yesterday because that's all they had, but I peeled the skin off of it.
Oh, okay.
Which was painful for a Southern guy. But like, I had one burger that my wife made that was healthy, but like I haven't had fast food or anything. And I feel so good. And you know this, and some people know this, like I would go home and take a 13-minute nap actually. And I would just doze off every afternoon for 13 minutes. I would set a timer. I'd wake up. It was better than coffee, better than an energy drink, but I'm not taking naps in the afternoon. Like it's the whole thing of like, you feed your body good nutrition.
Yep.
You get that out. And so it just took me 42 years to learn that. And it's just day at a time, having that discipline to be like, you know what? I don't need that. And now I watch commercials and most of the time I'm like, oh, there's no way I could eat that. Like I would feel like garbage. But then there's a small percent I'm like, I could crush a pizza right now.
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't had pizza this year.
I know. And that's
sad.
That is a sad
life
one.
is more. But anyway, what's one thing
I want to acknowledge you for that though, man. How many pounds have you lost?
I am down.
Remember that one time you told me that you weighed 136 pounds?
So
I was like, hey man, I love you, but like never on the, like that's actually, it could be a health concern.
He said, how much weight have you lost? I said, well, I weighed 255. When I started, I'm down to 136.
Like,
and he just looked at me and I was like, I mean, that's not that hard to do. And then he was like, 136? I was like, oh no. I'm down to 237 right now. So
okay. 13 pounds,
my goal right now is 220. So I think I'm over 51% to my goal.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Hey, you know what? The main thing is, and you've done it long enough that rule about do something for 21 days and you got a habit. Brilliant. I love it. Mine is on the similar.
Yeah.
I've been using our Refine 365 calendar. And so what I did was, I'm coding a number of things. So I have a key in the upper, left-hand corner. So what I'm tracking days that I'm drinking. I'm tracking days that I get workouts in depending on like 30 minutes is what I call a workout. And now I'm really trying to be in for 60 minutes. So like workout by 1 or workout by 2, tracking reading, I'm tracking travel, and tracking between Refine and another project I'm working on. And as I'm looking at the month, I'm able to see like, wow, like because I take ownership the next day of it, right? Like, okay, cool. What am I going to do differently today? So it's really been awesome. Thanks for supporting that idea too. I see them in other people's areas. Please use them, but I'll get into that.
And the only way you got it was to be in our Refine 365.
Yeah.
Like starter group, founders group.
So. Or if you're VVVIP and you and I message someone like independently directly to say, hey, we have a couple extra, would you like one? And then then we've sold a few that way too. But
all
yeah.
Right. So I want to jump in because we talk about scale a lot. I would love to see what success we're seeing in scale. What's the future of it? Because if you're listening to this, you're like, y'all talk about this, but I don't completely understand it. We're going to dive into that and see the salons that are going through it, the success they've seen, and what the future holds. So we'll jump right in. All right. So scale, tell us what the past, present, and future of scale, because you built this thing from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
So in a 30-second pitch, tell me why I'm a salon owner. Tell me why I need scale.
It's an MBA in business. There's no part of the business that we don't touch at this point. On the financial side of it, whether it be, compensation, pricing, allotments, expenses, hourly, operational needs, how to give people a growth path financially in your company. It's expanded into all of these areas, and I have to give a shout out. Without the amount of time that Tony has invested into these calls, I mean, she is on with me on our scale client calls. I'd say 80-90% of them. And it is really, it's powerful. It always has been powerful, I think, in its own specific discipline. In whichever one of those, areas, like we go deep. I went through all that, but they're like, sometimes depending on, how on or off your organization is, we might spend a month on one of those areas.
What if I'm listening to this and I'm going, I'm just not good with numbers?
Yeah, this is for you.
Or I've got numbers, I don't understand them, and honestly, it's a mess behind the scenes. Like I would be slightly embarrassed to hand this over because I feel like you would probably say, this is just a salon owner thinking.
Yeah.
What, are you an idiot? Like why do you have, like, this is a complete mess.
Yeah.
What would you tell that person?
So first out is remember that we are constantly on a journey of progress, progression, and evolvement within our organizations. And at some point in time, likely you took what they were doing down the street, and either your self-worth was a little inflated or it was a little deflated, and you chose to either rise above or go below, what down the street was doing. And the largest thing that we find, there's a number of things from like a business principle standpoint that the industry just wasn't looking at properly. So, if you are that person, I will say this, and I'll get right to it. Scale is going into a web OS software base, so you will log in, and it will be very, very the experience. I mean, I'm going to say sorry to Allegiant, but like it's Allegiant right now. Like it'll get you up in the air. You'll land in the place.
Don't apologize.
So we're going.
They chose this.
We're going to Delta with this.
So with that,
yeah.
We've been working off like a lot of spreadsheets.
It is, yeah.
And now the user interface from the consumer is going to be a lot more easier
to navigate. Yeah, easier to navigate, go through the experience. The way that the data is going to be shown to you, you'll really, like right now, like I said, it's like an MBA. You get a deep dive and understanding into all of the back end and all the mechanics. What this will be is just it's an elevated experience, and because it's elevated and systematized, our story is that we will have people moving through this one at a higher level of experience. And also you'll be able to make decisions because the visuals are done just in a different way, right? Right now, I mean, some of these sheets are massive. I mean, some of them, if you took all the formulas, the wall that's behind us right now, the wall would probably hold it. And that's a big wall. That's a big wall.
That was in your brain.
Yeah. Well, in there. And then, like I said, that's the other part of it. Every single client that we've had, in the uniqueness of whatever they were doing before, we've looked at it and said, gosh, if there's one of you, there's probably a bunch of you. And, how do we evolve the way that this data all begins to talk to each other and do so in a way like, okay, we've seen your business model before, we can help you with that. We've seen your business model before, we can help you with that. These are the unique considerations that you want to do on the end of this. We can help you understand that, right? So, in true refined fashion, we've only built it out so that whatever the unique consideration is that you want to deploy, your commission compensation, pricing, expense tracking, and all of the things that tie into that data, we're able to help you do that.
I'm excited about this. We've been working on this project for a while.
A while.
And
a few times.
I think it's going to be, I know it's going to be something the industry has not seen. And I'm not a hype guy, but it's going to be freaking good.
Yeah.
It's going to be so updated, relevant. Like people are going to be using this being like, holy crap. So I'm excited about it. Tell us about salons that have used Scale.
Yep.
The testimonials you got and like where they're at now.
Yeah. So, I'll go into the most recent round that we began out of the Refine Retreat at the end of the year. We have salon owners that are new in their ownership journey that are making these like just out of the gate, like from my lens, you could not do this better. And they're making these decisions because they're new within their salon ownership journey. And they're like, hey, if I'm going to pivot, I'm going to pivot, right? All the way to the other side of it, people that have been, licensed for, decades that are looking at this and saying like, gosh, I hadn't thought about the numbers in this way. My favorite one right now is when we have salon owners that are behind the chair talking to their clients. First thing, awesome job. Talking to their clients about what they're doing. Their client happens to be entrepreneurial and asking like, hey, wow, they think that deeply about this? Would they do this in my industry? And the answer for right now is no. We are going into it, still related in care, but into more of, the spa space and working with some models there. But when getting this feedback, having someone that like some of these industries, I'm like, y'all don't have that for your industry yet, right? Incredibly kind. I think, another one of them that just recently, I think this was the call I had on Monday in transit of travel. She had shared, she's like, I truly see this to be something that, I wondered if steering a family member into this business, I wondered if I was doing the right job. Because you don't know, like software development right now, when we were going to college, right, or at that age, one of the best things. Now, AI has, grabbed a lot of that market, right? And, as we've been talking about, we're in a business that it's so people-centered and it's so unique. It's not that AI can't take it over, but it just likely won't because of the experience. So, to those owners that are having, these ahas is going through it. And like I said, these are from people that are literally like founding and opening their doors of their first salon space to people that have been doing this well into multiple decades. Having this level of it. So I couldn't be more honored for the people that we're serving right now.
So what would you tell the salon owners listening to this? Be like, all right, I've heard this Scale thing.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously they can book a call.
Yep.
Like, and we're not high pressure salespeople. So, if you want more information, like DM us, go on our website. We got all kind of links on there. It says, have a coach reach out. That's why it's worded that way, because and it's real easy. It's like, hey, we'll just reach out to you.
Yep.
But they're listening. They're like, okay, I'm thinking this is something I might need to do.
Sure.
What would you tell them?
I'd tell them when we just built one of those onboarding pieces and when you saw the ROI in a year, depending on what size of your team, the ROI is proven. I mean, on that side of it, to your point, Evan, I do like to sell things, to be very clear. But the reason I like to sell them is like when you identify a need that someone has and you know that you have, some solutions that you can guide them through it, that just excites me. Right. So as we go through some of these calls, I'm like listening, I'm like, okay, we've been through that green light, green light, green light, green light, green light. I know what the ROI is going to look like. And then having the owner and their team go through it. Yeah, I that's it. Like the ROI is there and we have tools to show you that specifically.
Yeah. And we're there to support. It's not like, hey, we work with you, we hand you a PDF and see ya. It's not like that at all.
No, my
Like
gosh.
it is some of the testimonials I've heard from salons that they're just like, I understand my numbers way more. Like it just makes sense now. And now they have a better grasp because you can't lead and do things if you don't have the grasp of how it works.
Right.
And what you and Tony have done from that side, like I do the calls with them and through growth, and I'm coaching on hiring and websites and just all the other stuff. And I'm like, hey, how are your scale calls? And they're like, they are so good. Like it is
we're having fun with
changing our business. So if you want more information on scale, like reach out.
Let's go.
We'll set up a call where it's like, hey, this is what the process looks like. We have it streamlined where this is where now you can't just like press purchase and we do all the work. Like,
No,
there's a lot of homework.
Yeah.
So it's not a like cut this out of your business and we'll implement this. It's like, hey, you say it best. Like, hey, if the things are working and they're winning, let's keep that. The other things that are not, let's refine it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm excited because we're traveling in 2 days to go do a workshop. I've never seen a scale workshop. So I'm excited to sit in there. This is where Christopher comes in and releases it to the team and helps them understand it. And so I'm excited because I think that's a huge win instead of being like, all right, we did it. Now, salon owner, you go tell your team.
Yep.
Because not that other salon owners won't, but you'll go in with like a level of care and having somebody from the outside say, hey, don't you think we need to level up and we need to be living above the cost of living in the area?
Thriving.
And we all know if you're a leader in the salon, you're listening to this, you're like, he could come in and say the same thing you say, but the team's going to be like, God, this guy walks on water. It's very frustrating as a salon owner. It's like, wait, I say the same thing. So, yeah, thanks for what you do. And I'm excited to see this next version of scale. Whew. And
I literally get the chills, man.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So if you want more information on scale, head over to our website, click have a coach reach out to you, or DM us on social media. It's us on like DMing you back. So it's not like some third party organization overseas doing it. So you're getting our team. So thank you as always for taking time to listen to the Refine Network podcast. We'll see you on social media and the next episode.
Happy birthday, Mom.